Good morning. It's Sunday, September 20th, and we're going to continue our discussion on the subject of will with a prompt from the Daily Stoic, which reads, "How ready am I for unexpected attacks?" So I have to admit that I'm struggling a bit with the associated quotation behind today's prompt, in which Marcus Aurelius writes, "The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing, because an artful life requires being prepared to meet and withstand sudden and unexpected attacks." Now, I get the point that he's trying to make, and admittedly, I know next to nothing about either dancing or wrestling, so maybe I'm missing some subtle nuance here, but I just don't view life that way. If we allow ourselves to perceive that there is some invisible opponent out there always working against us, strategically looking to catch us off guard, then I believe we end up looking for the worst in life, the worst in people and circumstances. That attitude of "it's me against the world" is isolating and confrontational, much like how a wrestler probably has to prepare their mental outlook. And while no metaphor is perfect, if I want to choose a sport that is more akin to life than either dancing or wrestling, I would have to propose a CrossFit competition. Now, I know that's probably going to induce some eye rolling, like he's not really going to talk about CrossFit again, is he? But yes, he is. So hear me out. In a CrossFit competition, the competitors don't find out the events until shortly beforehand. And although there really is a well-designed method behind the programming madness, it appears as though someone took all of the possible movements that we practice, put them in a giant hopper, pulled a handle, and spit out some random permutation. And the end result is a combination of weightlifting, gymnastics, and conditioning that most of the time the competitors have never seen before. In these events, the generalist is rewarded over the specialist. It doesn't matter if you can squat 500 pounds if you can't run a decent mile. You have to have a certain level of general physical preparedness to compete. And flexibility and adaptability are also key. That requires that we prepare for anything and everything. Sure, you're going to have a movement that appears that is a relative weakness, but you don't freeze. You figure out how to minimize the damage while simultaneously looking to capitalize in other areas of relative strength so that you end up with a net gain. It also demands strong will, perseverance, and a short-term memory as you progress from one obstacle to the next. Much of what I just described could certainly apply to wrestling, but in CrossFit, no other competitor is willfully working against you to impede your progress. The adversary is circumstance, much like in life. Rarely is anyone out to get us, and that is a very important consideration for us to keep in mind when we think about fortitude and resilience. Hope you have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye.